Hello, everyone. Welcome again to the show. And today we have another exciting guest with us. Today we have Rashmi Pimpale from Rich, who is the CEO of Rich and has been in the ecosystem of entrepreneurship and startups for more than a decade. She is having a rich career in the pharma industry, and now she is using that experience and her knowledge, expertise, network, and rich ecosystem to support startups from agri, health tech, and multiple such industries and ecosystems. So, in this discussion today, we will not only understand what Rich is doing, but how Rich and their startup ecosystem is going to collaborate with us and make Global AI Summit a success. So, thanks, Rashmi. Thanks for your time and welcome to this podcast.
Thank you, Rahul. Hi, everyone. Really excited to be a part of this conversation. My name is Rashmi Pimpale, and I'm the CEO of Research and Innovation Circle of Hyderabad, Rich.
Great. So, probably like Rashmi, if you can extend a little bit more, we know Rich as an organization, and probably when we talk about Rich, healthcare is something which comes on top. But now, since we have got you today, and probably for all our viewers and listeners, it will be a great thing if you can elaborate a little bit more in terms of what Rich is doing, what is your vision, and what is the mandate that your organization has got, and how you look at it from next 2 to 3 years perspective.
So, Rich is a Government of Telangana initiative which was launched in 2017 to foster greater collaboration between various entities operating in the research and innovation space.
Right.
We are also called the Hyderabad Science and Technology Cluster, which is a part of the Mega City Cluster initiative of the Office of Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India. So the Office of PSA is a body which advises the PMO on all scientific matters in the country. So Rich's role primarily is to act as a convener who brings together diverse stakeholders, either from research and academic institutions, industry, startups, NGOs, government bodies, together on a common platform to work for a common goal. And we operate in three sectors primarily: food and agriculture, life sciences, and sustainability. And you'll appreciate that these sectors are one of the most important, which has the potential to create the greatest impact on our society. And in each of these sectors, we identify a complex problem which requires multidisciplinary approach to solve it. And then we go and find those multidisciplinary groups and then implement pilot projects to solve that problem and to demonstrate success on the ground.
Okay.
So that is what we do. And apart from that, we are also involved in a lot of ecosystem strengthening activities.
Okay.
And we do that by identifying the gaps which are there in the ecosystem and trying to bridge those gaps with our interventions.
Okay. And you are not restricted to Hyderabad. You are extending your wings beyond Hyderabad also, right? Or you are again restricted just to Telangana and not going beyond Telangana?
No, absolutely. We are working with a lot of entities outside Telangana
Okay.
and even with some international partners. It just happens that we are a Government of Telangana initiative, so our major focus is in Telangana, but we partner with all other stakeholders outside Telangana, outside India as well.
Great. And when you say healthcare, it's very close to me. Personally, I have been in healthcare for more than like 1.5 decade or close to 2 decades. And so when we talk about AI, right, when we talk about healthcare, so what is your thing that your experience and your observation in those lines? Like, how are you seeing the healthcare startups are adopting AI, or how they are utilizing AI, or they are building any of the so-called LLMs or any AI solution which can augment the healthcare solutions or healthcare problems that are there in the market? Are you seeing like a great intent and focus from the startups today?
Definitely. We all know that AI cuts across sectors.
Right.
And we are seeing a lot of examples where the traditionally, the so-called conventional non-tech sectors are also adopting AI in a big way,
Right.
be it health or be it even agriculture.
Right.
And we work with many startups who are operating on that convergence point. We're seeing a lot of startups, having images, using AI on images,
Right.
AI on data sets. So there are many use cases that the startups are looking to and adopting. And the same goes with agri and the agri data, for example. Also, a lot of data is now being generated, and to make sense of that, to get some really good insights from the data, I think AI is again playing a very major role.
Yeah, and also some interesting numbers if I have to share with you is like we were doing our own research across the spectrum of all the AI startups within India globally. What we found is that one common trend across the globe and within India also, that healthcare is one of the top sectors where most of the AI applications are implemented or happening. Now there are two ways in which we segregate the AI startups. One is that startups which are building industry agnostic AI products or solutions which can be used across the industry. And second set of startups are someone or the technology or the businesses which are domain focused. Now in that healthcare comes on top, followed by your agri and then sustainability and then environment and then couple of other sectors. But healthcare is ahead of the rest of the industries by leaps and bounds, like almost like out of 100%, like more than 27% of the Indian startups which are domains focused, they are working in healthcare.
Absolutely. And also the impact that it creates on ground is, I think, the largest if you look at healthcare, because it does serve rural locations, the remote locations where, there is always a dearth of healthcare opportunities and providers and practices. So I think the impact which AI can bring about in these sectors, which are very, very crucial, is immense.
Right. So probably like to all the healthcare entrepreneurs with Rich and Math sitting together, we can invite all of you to come forward, join Rich so that you get all the understanding and support for your healthcare startup. And definitely with Math collaborating with Rich, we can help you with all the AI innovations and the technology support. So that's a good conversation and takeaway till now, I can say. But again, coming back to Global AI Summit, which is happening, all of us are super excited, right? That is like probably we are hoping to be the largest AI summit in India, in the country. So what is your expectation and how are you looking at it from Rich and individually from your perspective?
I am hoping to see some real action packed 2 days at the event. But apart from that, also, there's a lot of buzz that is being generated already
Right.
about the event. And there are so many side events which are being planned as a run up to the main event.
Right.
So I think this event is going to be a great platform in many ways. One, it gives an opportunity to showcase your innovations, helps you learn from the experts, and of course it lets you network with the best in the field. So I think it's going to be one of its kind in Telangana, which will highlight and showcase Telangana's achievements and all the power and strength that we have in this sector. And that is how I see it from the perspective.
Okay, and when you are also participating in multiple things as an organization, so how are you thinking and how you can support the participants or the startups which are coming? So we have like the hackathon, we have like the startup pitch, we have like a lot of startup showcases. So how you are thinking of pulling your ecosystem and network, and how you are thinking to participate and contribute to this great event?
Like I said, we work with a lot of health tech, agri tech startups,
Right.
and they require this support a lot of times. And we help them in various other avenues, like, setting up, easing the regulatory burden, creating avenues for funding, market access, validation, prototyping, all of that. But this one component that this summit
Right.
will offer, I think that is going to be of immense value to everybody, to specifically to the innovators. And apart from that, we have other stakeholders like the researchers, scientists, even clinicians,
Right.
and students who are now using data and AI in a big way. So we are encouraging all of them to attend this event, to come and be a part of this AI movement.
Wonderful. So probably before I get into the closing remarks and close the conversation, just because we got you today, would like to understand, like, for the entrepreneurs, now based on your experience, like here also during the event and apart from the event also, there is a hackathon, startup pitches to investors. These are regular activities, right? And in our ecosystem, we see that every day almost. Do you have any top 2 to 3 suggestions for the budding entrepreneurs? Like whether maybe we can take healthcare as a focus or agri-tech as a focus. Like what are the top 2 3 things they should focus or they should be ready with when they are going and talking in front of an investor or in front of a corporate for market access or any business opportunity? Like if Rashmi, the CEO of Rich, if 3 bullet points if she needs to advise to the startup entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I think the first thing I would advise them is to actually go and speak with a domain expert even before,
Right.
starting anything. Because a lot of times what we've seen is many of the entrepreneurs come from a tech background. They want to do something in health, they want to do something in agri,
But they
and they
don't.
think that they have a solution, but they've still not gone and talked to the expert who is actually going to use their solution
Right.
at a later stage.
Right.
So that is one very, very crucial part, because unless you speak to the expert, you
Right.
will not know whether your solution is actually needed or not. So if you don't do that, you will end up wasting a lot of time, and then probably at some stage you will have to pivot. So I think one of the crucial things, and that is why we at Rich also facilitate these interactions with the clinicians, or
Right.
even in case of agri, with the agri experts, or the KVKs. So that thing is very crucial, where you go and talk to the domain subject matter expert and understand what his needs are. And that also stems from the fact that if a clinician is working in a hospital doing his job, he has a very different requirement from what a startup is actually building. So, marrying the two
Right.
is one of the crucial parts, as a facilitator that we are doing. So, I think that is one important thing that I will.
Sure. Actually, in one point, you have covered 2 points. One is that, going and speaking with a subject matter expert and also understanding the customer pain point, because having a better understanding of that is very much required. Now, if I ask you the third point, like, any other third point you would like to suggest?
I think people have already figured it out, but I think patience and perseverance is something that these
Absolutely.
sectors really, really need.
Right.
So one has to be really patient while
I can
going
vouch for
through the
that.
entire journey. You know it.
Yeah, I can vouch for it any day. Yeah, healthcare needs a lot of patience.
Yes. So it's a long journey. The idea is to not lose hope, but believe in your product and make the right moves.
But on the positive side, you still see that there is a lot of innovation happening. There is a lot of acceptance in the market, and there is a lot of opportunity also there, right?
Absolutely, there is. But we still have a very long way to go in terms of, speeding the process, easing the regulatory burden, or even having some market funding access. So those are the things that we need to look at.
Wonderful. So, Rashmi, like, thanks a lot for your time. I think this is a very crisp discussion, but it's just a starting point. I'm looking at it from that perspective. And going forward, we hope to do a lot of work together. Any closing remark that you want to give to the audience or to the participants for the Global AI Summit and to your ecosystem partners?
I would like to urge everyone to come and be a part of it. It is going to be massive. The benefits that you will get out of attending this summit are going to be very, very valuable. So I urge all our stakeholders in our network to come and join us for this summit. We are really looking forward to the event, and we are contributing in our own ways to make it a grand success.
Great. Thanks, Rashmi. Thanks for your time. And thanks, everyone, for watching us. And looking forward to host and meet all of you during Global AI Summit. Thank you.
Thank you.